Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is petplatypus here, and it's time for me to do my very first Legend of Korra review. This is going to be my next series, and I'm going to be reviewing from episode 1. I've never seen Korra. I've heard mixed things about it. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's probably my favorite American TV show ever made. One of my favorite anime, because I consider it an anime. And, yeah, it's just amazing. And Korra is kind of an infamous series among Avatar fans. People have said it's kind of good, people have said it's kind of bad, people have said this and that. No one really says it's better than the original. So I thought it'd be a fun thing to watch and do reviews on like this. So, first episode, welcome to Republic City. This was actually very enjoyable. It's been a little while since I watched it. I recapped it and went through the episode again. But it's pretty good. It starts out, we get like a recap of how things happened, and we basically find out that, you know, Avatar Aang and his friends fucking battled the Fire Nation, and they formed this republic of, it's basically like a one world nation kind of thing. Everyone's united, it's not broken off anymore, which is very interesting. And we see the city, and it's just this big booming city like nothing you've ever seen in Avatar before, but we see more of it later on. And what ends up happening is we get this flashback, and we see these people go to this house, and they're like, "Are you sure you guys are the one?" And they're like, "Yeah, Korra, come out here." And she's like, "I'm the Avatar, and you have to deal with it," which is like the quote of the episode. And she can already do 3 elements, which is a little but I'll get into that later. She's doing like 3 of the elements, and she's obviously a prodigy at being an Avatar, but we cut to her sparring, doing firebending. Very, very good animation, as expected of, you know, the Avatar franchise. They always have really good animation, but she's fighting these dudes, and they're talking about how, you know, does she have the patience and everything. We see old Katara, which is awesome. She goes out with her dog, gorilla bear thing. That thing was awesome. But yeah, you get that, and we end up getting the scene where we meet Aang's son, named Tenzin, he's awesome. He's greatness. I love this character already, and we get the kids, and the funniest scene in the entire thing, though, oh my god, when the little girl goes up to Katara, and she says, "I read all about your adventures, but whatever happened with Zuko's mom?" And she gets cock-blocked by another kid. Oh, that was good. That was so good. It's fucked up, but it's so good. That was a fantastic joke. Loved it. Even though it is kind of fucked up. But, yeah, so we get that, and they're talking with Katara, and Tenzin basically says, "I can't train you yet." He has to go back, and you can't come with me to Republic City. She's kind of pissed off about that, and what ends up happening is she ends up sneaking there, which Katara lets her do, which I think is awesome, because it's kind of like the beginning of the original Avatar, where Sokka and Katara are going to go out and find Aang, and fucking Gran shows up, but then she lets them go, and it's kind of like the same thing with Katara. And, yeah, and Katara is Tenzin's mom, so, you know, Aang and her, and that's kind of cool. Yeah, I know Aang is dead, obviously, in this storyline, I think. I think they said that he was gone. Well, yeah, duh, it reincarnated into a new, cycle, but anyways. So yeah, she ends up sneaking into Republic City, and this place is like 1940s New York, which I think is really fucking cool. It just looks so awesome to see this in the Avatar universe. I just didn't expect it to have that kind of technology, and she gets in this really cool fight with these gang dudes, and she ends up finding this homeless bum, and she kind of sees some of the problems with the city. There's this anti-bending, like, coalition, you know, revolutionary thing. The city's just kind of corrupt in certain ways, and, but like I said, she does get in this fight with these gang dudes, and she's going to get arrested by metal benders, but she escapes them in another really cool action scene, and we meet Toph's daughter, and this is such fan service for fans of the original series, where you see, like, their kids and shit. It's just awesome. But, yeah, and Tenzin ends up showing up, and they're going to say, "Oh, well, you gotta go home," but then he says, "No, you can stay," and she gets to stay and learn airbending at that temple, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire episode. Again, I briefly skimmed through it again to kind of, you know, reassociate myself with it. But I'm pretty sure I covered all the important parts. Like I said, the animation, great. Pacing was perfectly fine. Story progression, I mean, it's an introductory episode, so it didn't really progress, but everything's been introduced, and it was introduced very nicely, so I like that. The problems I have, her having already mastered those elements at such a young, well, I wouldn't say mastered, but her learning all those elements at such a young age and having trouble with air is a little odd, because I believe it was said in the original Avatar that the opposite element to yours is always going to be the hardest to learn, and she knows fire, and I think it's explained either in this episode or the next one that, no, probably the next episode. Because I've seen the second episode already, but I think they explain that it's personality based, and like fire fit her personality, but air is not to her personality, and that's kind of a retcon, maybe. But I'll buy it. It's fine. I know that Korra was originally supposed to be a mini-series. It was only going to be 12 episodes long, so I'll look at it as a mini-series, and then I'll see where it goes. I won't say it's rushed or anything, because it was going to be a mini-series, and you kind of have to fit a lot of content into one season, and then they continued on to do 2 more, and now I think there's going to be another season, so a total of 4 seasons. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think Korra's a nice character. I like Tenzin. He's really awesome. The kids are all kind of funny and quirky. I don't know how much of them we're going to see. We'll probably see more of Toph's daughter. And the anti-bending, oh, fuck. You see this dude in the mask. And Nostalgia Critic ruined this for me, because all I can think of is fucking Shyamalan whenever I see him. And it's just, oh, it sucks. But yeah, obviously the anti-bending thing is going to be a bigger deal. But overall, I thought this was a very good introductory. The animation, like I said, great. Pacing great. A lot of great fan service for fans of Avatar, of, the original series. But it's still, you don't have to see the original series to, like this one. Maybe a little bit, but it was overall a very, very cool introductory episode. So I'm going to give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, her having all those elements mastered is a little bit forced. She's pretty overpowered, kind of, but we'll see where it goes. It's cool to see her learn air, though, because we never saw someone actually learn it. So I think that is cool that they went to, they skipped fire. They didn't do fire because we already saw Aang learn it. But, yeah, so that's cool. But, yeah, overall, I'll give this like an 8.5 out of 10. And I will now review the next episode, episode 2 of Korra. Okay, you guys, so episode 2 of The Legend of Korra. I forget what this one was called, but anyways, episode 2. This was pretty cool. We get an introductory to like the pro bending matches, which I believe were mentioned briefly in the first episode, maybe not. And Korra's talking about, maybe we should go see it, and Tenzin's like, no, fuck that shit, fuck that. And she's like, but I want to see it. And she tries doing the bending stuff. And, there's some funny scenes where she's getting smacked around by the things that are spinning. She's supposed to get through it and move and flow, but she can't do it because she sucks. It's cool to see her dressed like Aang in like a traditional air nomad fucking monk outfit. That was awesome. But, yeah, she sucks at it and she's not used to it. And she's kind of bitchy, but she's not that bitchy, honestly. I definitely like her character overall. She ends up going to the pro match area to watch. She ends up meeting this dude, I believe his name was Brolin, I believe. I'm not sure. He's a little bit of a cocky son of a bitch, but, he's kind of okay. And then we meet Mako, or Mako, whatever you want to call him. I think they said Mako. But it's awesome that they named a character after fucking Mako or Mako, the guy who played General Iroh, because he was an amazing character with an amazing voice, with an amazing performance. So it's great that they named a character after him. And, yeah, so we get introduced to those characters, and Mako's kind of a dick, But, yeah, she ends up watching, and she likes what she sees, and we see how the pro bending game works, and it's kind of a cool little, sport that they're playing. I love the announcer on the radio, because he just has that radio voice that's just, it's beautiful. Then we get her training more, and then she really, really sucks at it, and she ends up destroying the thing that's like 2,000 years old, the training, the things that spin and everything. And, Tenzin gets mad because she destroyed it, and she starts getting even more bitchy, but I can still kind of understand where she's coming from to a certain extent. Then she ends up actually participating in a pro game. She goes over there again. Their teammate bails on them. She has to replace the teammate. So she's participating. She starts using all the elements. They're like, whoa, is that a foul? What's going on? So that was funny. They say she can keep playing if she only uses one element. She does. She does end up... What ends up happening is Tenzin goes there. There's a really funny scene where they hear that the Avatar is participating on the radio, and Tenzin just has this eye twitch. Oh, that was so funny. He goes there to get her, and she's participating, and she falls off and stuff. But what she ends up doing is she suddenly just like, fuck it, nothing else is working, and she starts doing the flow with the air bending and dodging the attacks, and she starts to, pick up the game and control the pace of the game, and she starts to do a lot better. And that's a little weird because it's like you sucked at it, and then all of a sudden you're just like, fuck it, I'll try it, and then it just works. But again, mini-series, 12 episodes, you gotta move quickly. It's a shame that Nickelodeon is such a dumbass fucking studio when it came to Avatar. They should have just had like 4 seasons right off the bat, not a mini-series, but whatever. Yeah, so she does that, and they win, and it's cool, and Tenzin actually cheers for her, and that was kind of funny. And I like that they apologize to each other. It's like, you know, we were both impatient. I was impatient with you, and you were impatient with airbending, and she learns a lesson, and that's really good. But yeah, overall, it was a good episode. It was a good follow-up. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. Again, I had to, you know, skim through this real quick and just cover all the bases and then review it. These next couple episodes, after these 2, I'll be watching them fresh and reviewing them fresh, so I should be able to give, you know, more detail in the reviews. But either way, again, kind of weird that she picked up on it so quickly, but it was cool, and it is a mini-series, so they kind of have to go through things kind of quickly. But yeah, I mean, story progression, she's learning airbending, she's progressed slightly, she's learned how to do the motions and everything. We get introductory to new characters like Mako and Brolin, I believe, and they're going to be obviously important, I'm sure. Maybe not super important, but they're probably going to be the other characters that are, you know, with, the little, like the group. Well, actually, I don't know if this show's going to have like a group, because I don't know if they're going to go on like an adventure. Because this series right now, it doesn't really have like a Fire Nation to go fight. I mean, there's the anti-bending dudes, but they're kind of like secret, fucking covert right now, so I'll just see where things go, but I did think this was a good episode. I'll sit this around 8.5. I believe I gave that to the first one also. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's a pretty good double premiere. I'm definitely liking it so far. I think it's pretty damn good. We'll see where things go. See if I feel that it is as bad as some people say. See if I think it's as good as some people say. But yeah, this was a good episode, and it is a good double premiere. So I will give it an 8.5, like I said. And yeah, so tell me what you guys thought of these episodes of The Legend of Korra in the comments below. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.